I guess if you clicked on this video, then you are probably an understanding straight person who wants to know the struggles of the LGBTQ members, or you're a queer person. I feel like there isn't many videos about talking more seriously about the gay community, and I feel like the way we as a community heading to is a little bit weird. So I'm going to try my best talking about my personal grief of the LGBTQ+ group as a bisexual man. So let's get started, but after the intro, of course. I wanna clarify that I use the term gay for the whole community, like an umbrella term. I'm not talking about the male love male people, but everyone in a wall. There will be many controversial aspects in this video, so I can't wait to read the boiled comments in this video. The first thing that I wanna talk about is the danger of it. In the past, being gay was an insult, and most of the person felt insecure, different, and wrong. Nowadays, there are still many people who struggle accepting themselves or being in a closet, which can sometimes be the best way a human can survive. There are still many hate crimes that many anti-gay people commit, and there are still many countries that doesn't let them thrive. So if you wanna come out of your shell, then make sure it is a safe place for you to do so. And there are many people who feel extremely scared when they do something intimate for each other outdoor because of the pure hate we get. And the heteros will never going to understand the pure horror and paranoia that an LGBTQ member feels. Because it is socially acceptable if you fuck each other in public, but you gotta get the torches when you see two men holding each other's hands. You can never know how people can handle seeing you being free. There can be assaults, bad looks, insults, and even major injuries if someone is unlucky. Of course, nowadays it is getting more and more acceptable to be gay, but it isn't as normal as being straight is yet. The second thing that I wanna talk about is how others treat you right after coming out. Of course, coming out is a super scary experience, mostly because you don't know how they will react to it. Some people get angry, feel threatened, or disgusted by you. People need to think about it, especially when it comes from nowhere. But that's not the thing that I want to talk about in this paragraph. I really didn't like it when a person, mostly a straight woman, starts to treat you like you're super gay and that's the only thing in your personality. It is mostly a struggle for the men in the community, but it is super annoying to see how differently they treat you right after they get to know you like your own gender. They don't do this shit because they are homophobic, but out of care and support. But you should tell them how you want to be treated, because if you don't tell them, then how are they supposed to know that they are doing something bad? I had a friend who I told that I have a boyfriend and that she started treating me like a girly girlfriend of hers, but it is so much nicer to just act the same with them as before, because really the sexuality doesn't change anything at all. So, at least to me, this is the best reaction, to not give a fuck about who that person is fucking. The third thing is how many different hate groups there are. Most common is the Christian group, because they are the worst when it comes to accepting each other's individuality. Like, they hate so many things because of a book says so, but the Bible has so many stories in it, so many different lessons to the point that it contradicts itself. And if it says that being gay is a sin, And also there are a lot of loving others verses in it, who basically saying things out of God's will is not true, and you're just saying things that you stand for from the Bible. Of course, there are many religions and other groups that hate gay people. Sadly, the countries too hate the people living in it. It is a harmful world we live in. For example, my country, Hungary, recently banned Pride due to the children's safety. But that is so laughable. I mean, they ban people from loving each other. And with these things, you can really see how much a person in charge can make everyone's brainwashed and change everyone's way of thinking. So it is very important to have your own opinions about different topics and to not let yourself be limited by everyone's opinions. And you should have your own as well. Now that we've mentioned Pride, that is the next thing that I want to talk about. Pride was supposed to be a riot before. It was made to be seen by everyone, to know that there are people who exist, who are like that, and to just be proud of yourself and fight for your own rights. But nowadays it's about partying and showing your sexuality and sex life, which isn't what it is basically for in my eyes. The many people who brings their kinks and revealing clothing to the Pride is the one who lost the actual meaning of it. And these are the types of gays who make the heteros feel disgusted by us the most. But luckily there aren't many of this kind of a person. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is none other than labeling. Honestly, people tend to focus a lot on what they are, what they are attracted to and these kind of things, but I feel like it is overdone most of the time. Why does it really matter? I know people love to be a part of a group and not being alone, but it just creates so many unimportant stress. I only know like 5 flags, to be honest, of the community, since most of them are useless and too strict to be an actual sexuality and an individuality. So I just feel like there are too much flags. I think the main flags are the most important and the other ones are just really the ones that you preferate. It is dumb because most of them are very specific. Like, there could be a flag with I like blonde persons, or I don't know. Like, it's just that specific. And I don't like it, to be honest. And I find it really ugly if somebody puts a giant flag in their room. Like, do you need a reminder or what? I can understand putting it in your window so you can show the support of the gays. But for decorations, it's ugly. It is really annoying when people sexualizes you. Most people feel the need to ask about your sexual intercourse, and if you are a top or a bottom, like it matters. I don't really know why it is that important to a person, and it's probably because of the stereotypes and how Hollywood portrays LGBTQ. It would never ever cross my mind to ask someone what they are doing in bed, so please avoid that also, thank you very much. And now that we're talking about Hollywood, let's get into it more deeply. Social media usually projects one kind of a gay guy in all of their shows. Super feminine, super gay person who doesn't have a personality other than being gay. Maybe they just have a storyline about homophobic parents and finding true love, but that's all. It creates a big stereotype that affects most of us. Because that is the generic view of a gay person. If you think of a gay person, then that is what comes in your mind. Because Hollywood just planted it into our minds, really. If somebody has more personality than being gay, then they find these types offensive because we are not the same. Just because you like your same sex, it doesn't mean that you are very feminine or masculine when it comes to the lesbians. Social media uses this kind of stuff. There are a lot of influencers too who only talk about their relationships and sexuality with the stereotypes in mind. It is okay to show love, I'm not saying that, but when it's about sex, I think everyone should avoid that and not necessarily talk about it, because what you do in bed shouldn't be the main focus of your individuality. But you should never forget that social media is super fake, and most of the time those aren't even true, that what they are saying. So just don't be naive, please. Finally, the age struggle that I wanna mention in this video is being gay is acceptable talk. I don't know why. Personally, I have grief with it, because it just focuses on the sexual part of yourself. But you are hopefully more than that. It just rubs me in the wrong way when someone says it's natural. Like, have you ever heard that line for a hetero? And you don't have to explain why those things happen. It just happens. Who cares, really? And wow, you're a natural thing, congratulations, like who the fuck cares? And please don't be fooled by the big corporates who don't even care about us. They just want your money, because they know that in the Pride month everyone buys a ton of rainbow and gay shit. They are an anti-gay group most of the time, and they just really manipulates you into buying their products. And these were my opinions about the struggles. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I think during Pride Month we need this kind of videos. Pride Month makes people more open about these minorities, and this is a time where we should embrace each other and ourselves and accept it as well. I hope you enjoyed my video and you like my drawing that I've created while talking about my hot takes. I was Crowded and I'll see you all in the next one, but until then, have an amazing week and goodbye!